Welcome back to Power Panel 365. This is your host, Star Coates.
Something I had wrote. It said, what do you think of when you hear the title, Black Wall Street? I think of the rebuilding of the mind state and spirits that contributed to the framework of a community and culture that we recognize as Black Wall Street. This is what we all should strive to achieve once again. Whenever I mention Black Wall Street, I get the feeling of family reunions, unconditional love, the feeling of spiritual triumph, of life, of achievement and belonging. The cultivation of our very own standard of living, rebuilding the spirit of hope from a history of our own, which was denied and almost erased. No way. The spirit of resilience remains. The entrepreneurship, the ingenuity, the pride and dignity, the love for one another. After hearing the recall of Miss Viola Ford Fletcher, Mr. Hughes Van Ellis, and Miss Leslie Evelyn Benningfield Randolph, reignites the spirit and drive of freedom and fortitude. I am not a preacher or a teacher, but I ask you all to dig a little deeper and revive the Black Wall Street spirit. I take great pride in representing the title and name, and never again will I feel ashamed. The Black Wall Street state of mind of Mr. Edward McCabe, Mr. Gurley, Mr. J.B. Stratford, Dr. R.T. Bridgewater, Dr. A.C. Jackson, lawyer Mr. Buck Colbert Franklin, recognized by Booker T. Washington and so many more. The truth and power of our historical existence we must cultivate and embrace. Perseverance in the face of adversity is all I've ever known. I thank you all for your continued support. Black Wall Street, Reno, the place I call home. Power to the people.
Him, but thank you guys for showing up. I just got a little bit of poetry that I wrote. It's who does the city belong to? No, I'm gonna change it up. I got one for you. It's called He Who Opens a School Door Closes a Prison. Good morning, class. Welcome to Living One-on-One. I will be your teacher, Mr. Life. Please stand and follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge unemployment to the United States Bank Corporation of America and to the destruction for which it stands, one corruption that deserted from God with blind liberty and injustice for all. You may be seated. I unwrap the mummification of mind to replace the organ of thoughts. The first lesson will be the study of the 13 colonies of education. A colony of heaven on earth is a community of immigrants from the unseen world. In tongues before Babylon, he spoke in a silent parable of the kingdom and prayed in hopes of a cancerous death. Wings clipped to enchamber his flight upon his faithfulness to failure. This once glorious general now thrown sits within a camouflage of a wheelchair, background setting of homelessness. His unfaithfulness locked the many doors of the mansion's rooms and opened a collection of paths to loneliness. For this moment I am born, and before the end of this parable, his prayer should be answered. A parable is to make you not understand the truth, but to discover it, uncovering the truth in a time capsule buried in eternity. He closed my eyes, removed my thoughts, and planted a seed of this. An ancient Chinese proverb of a African native singing bird whose purpose calls the beginning. Our state is sick with a fever that ranks 50 in the nation in education, with headaches and symptoms of a public secret told by the ignorant while speaking. Our children is dropping out at the top of their class with their diploma declaring their independence. Melanie daughter Angel mascaras depression with makeup and outlining her suicide note in lip liner. With Layla disrupts class by holding soft conversation with her stomach about starvation. Overloaded classroom, so the only placement is special education. Their minds foreclosed with no business hours of operation and mental mortgage, no paid in deprivation. Our children's financial structure versus the Board of Education. Suzanne's daughter, a mixture of drugs and insecurity, restores her beauty and lipstick the pain of molestation. Who remembers to just say no to drugs? Scuffed and McGruff took that slogan away when schools refused to increase his pay. Now the strength of marijuana and alcohol give my son James courage to address the racism taking place. The only black child in his class, and he believes his face is misplaced. Black father figures fighting endangered species case. Courtrooms and police departments and city councils are filled with white supremacists in office with no mask on their face. The civil rights movement desegregated schools by race. Now the roles are reversed, rich and poor segregated in different similarities, but is in the same way. Timmy is excused from class because he can't sit still. Parents divorced, so he's diagnosed with ADD. Mr. Rodriguez, aka Baby Spook, saw his best friend get killed, but he's denied PTSD. Now CPS is involved because Mama lost her job, and Ebony is diagnosed with an eating order because she hasn't eaten in a week. Mrs. Montez does her best to keep her students' mind from a mental prison from generation abuse. Parents love to teach her at parent night because the bilingual barrier is broken through. But the struggle against the poisonous culture that detains our children's lifestyle and the lawless detention. Parents in church were absent the day Parents in church were absent the day school gave God his suspension. Unprotected love making was our sex education. God, fresh breath of air blew the divine prophet my way. She signed language and signs and read the prophecy out loud in Braille, which planted a seedless fruit of the Bible's constitution and the purpose of our existence. Ignoring our children's dreams and telling them who to be. Instead of a fireman, he's facing a judge for murder in the first degree. Now the victims of my poetry are crying out for help through the deep descriptions I speak with, planning escape routes for the daughter her father sleeps with, falling asleep in class because she stayed up all night with the secret. If she told you her thoughts, it would humble your weakness. Forming secrets and words into eyesight, hoping your third eye can envision it. If we gave you all we had, including our struggle, your human heart wouldn't be able to beat it. That's why it's confidentiality between writer and secret. Mentally frustrated with God, so landlords is the only lords you know, and you only give me blessings when I sneeze. Homeschooled in math, dividing families by twos, becoming second cousins. No need for tutoring, this is pimping at home at one-on-one. Second lesson is go get it and come back with it. Skipping nursing class but becoming a street professional and turning an tourniquet. Science class proved that a missing father is the link to a destructive environment. Social economics is divided into three groups: drugs, crimes, and other dangers to societies. Which one do you belong to? You let a home economic teacher diagnose your child with ADD, but get mad at the weed man for curing the disease. No after-school program, so joining gangs is their only identity. Some will overdose, a few will graduate, hopefully the one that's down and out will sit next to me in my AA class. Easy does it one day at a time, and practicing criminals at law is like flipping a two-headed quarter, see which side to pick. High school dropouts, so the judge is donating books with a lifetime to read them. Most of our children are stuck staring out of the window of their closet, depending on their ambition of doing nothing to pay their college tuition. The children are the world, their education is the outcome of our future. Besides homelessness and youth addiction, we'll lose most of them to crystal meth or the opiate epidemic. Class is dismissed, but for those who came late, you're detained in a lawless after-school detention, cleaning the blackboard, hoping that this would resemble new goals and strong ambition. For extra credit, go home and tell your parents what your dream is. They showed their support for Black Wall Street. First one is up, President of NAACP, Stephanie. We'd like to thank you for all the support that you have done with this, all the shout outs, and everything. Would you like to say a few words?
Oh, Lord, I'm not good at a few. What's going on, family? I'm just going to be me because this is relaxed. I'm glad to see that everybody is represented here. We got a few from California. We got Cachet family. We have the vice president of the NAACP. And so I want to say the reason I really resonate with Black Wall Street and when I walked into the building, and I say this to Romar and to Don, is when you walk into the building, you can tell that it's not for themselves. You can tell it's not showy. It's really pain, sweat, and tears that has gone into Black Wall Street, and many, many lessons over so many years, and a made up mind that I'm gonna show somebody a different direction, that I'm gonna take the skills that I have, what I have learned, and I'm gonna turn that around, and I'm gonna impact somebody else's life. That's huge. Many people don't take their personal time to give back to the community, or especially at this particular level of starting a nonprofit. It is not easy whatsoever. And so if anything else, I respect the work, the vision that has gone into it. The first time that I walked into Black Wall Street, I said, this is going to be a place of resource. This is going to be a one-stop shop. People are going to, and the beautiful thing about it, right, is that it's actually happening. Right? And so now we see courses where people are sealing their records and learning how to budget and finance and how to curb their addictions, right? And so it's a beautiful thing to watch the metamorphosis of Black Wall Street, and that it really does come genuinely from two individuals who come from different backgrounds, who have now dedicated their lives to inspiring and investing in the future. That's huge. And it resonates with me. It resonates with the NAACP. You always have our support. Hold your head up and call me anytime. I love y'all.
Next up, this young lady, I'm inspired by her work ethic, her leadership, and the way she organizes. Ms. Serene Townsend of the Black Business Student Association.
The next individual, I love her strength and what she's been going through for the last couple of months, and she reached out to us to help us get started. The first one to help us get some money donated. This is going to Cash Day. Come on up here, you deserve it.
So I didn't know Donna or Romar at all, and I was on Facebook and I saw Black Wall Street Reno, and I'm like, what's this? So I clicked on it, got to reading, went to the web, was looking, and I'm like, So my job, I work for A&H Insurance. Actually, today is my 16-year anniversary, and I saw them. I saw what they were doing in the community. I got super excited because I'm a person that just wants to, pour into others and build people up, and I do it on my own privately, so to see two Black men in the community doing something like it just touched my heart, it touched my soul. I instantly emailed my bosses and was like, we're supporting them, we're giving them some money. I didn't know how much they was gonna do. I'm like, do we still have funds? And I'm like, wait, it's the beginning of the year, it's Black History Month, we doing this, So then they said yes, and contacted them, and I just been in contact with them since everything started, and I planned on, before everything else happened, I was really getting excited for all the things that they have going on. They have so much going on. And I just wanted to tap into different things, but then.
I admire these people, they teamwork, they resilience. I've been admiring them for a long time. And one day I'm gonna have me a teammate to rock with like them. The Gallimores.
I guess we're supposed to say a few words. A few words. Thank you. Hello, everybody. If you don't know us, we're the Gallimores, and we take care of a lot of things in northern Nevada behind the scenes. You probably have heard some of the laws. One of the things that I'm as a citizen lobbyist, so I'm down at the legislature all the time, usually talking to all these jerks about all kinds of stuff. And I'm always looking for help. We just had a legislative session that was like no weather. And so there were some successes, but there were a lot of failures because people are lazy, and the way it was set up this year didn't really go for some of the principal things that I work with. This particular session, which was criminal justice, every session has its own theme, its own set of issues that are oppressions. But this one was special because we weren't even allowed in the building. So we had to do the best we could. We did a good job as far as getting some things done, but we still have a lot of work. And we always implore people to come and help.
All right, so the better half is here. Wow, and everybody's so tall. So I'm here to pump y'all up, right? Pump it up, right? Okay, I'm so proud of both of y'all. First of all, I don't even need a mic because I got a big mouth.
I forgot that part.
Yeah, and thank you so much for allowing us to be included in this, because this is so important, right? For us to build our own wealth, to get out there and do our own things, and for our own people, right? Because nobody's going to do it for us. So if we don't pump ourselves up and we don't get out there and do this for ourselves, and nobody's going to help us. So I appreciate that you all are doing this, both of you. And you know that me and my better half, we're here to help you all every step of the way. Just call us. Yeah, he is my better half. He's a pusher. He will push you to be a better person, always. Yeah. And that's what he's done for you. So whenever y'all need to push me, yeah, I'll get the button up here. Yeah. Once again, I just want to congratulate you. This is what Reno, this is what Washoe County needs, the city of Reno, northern Nevada. This is putting us on the map, right? And nobody else has done this. So I am so proud of both of you all. And so continue. And if you guys, like I said, you need us, we're there. Whenever you go. Okay, so yeah, and what can I say? Thank you.
I just want to remind everybody.
Also, Nikki, for helping us with all the designs on our website. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for helping us with that last video of donations. It's highly appreciated. Thank everybody that's here. One more got the floor.
This next certificate of appreciation goes out to a lady that she reached out to us, and from the gate she showed us she was ready to work and help us however she could. She had traveled across state lines a couple of times to come support us. Star Coats.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are not supposed to be doing this. They totally caught me off guard, everybody. I want to say thank you to them so much for continuing
to do exactly what they're doing. Everything that God has put in their path, they are moving right into that space. And my heart is just so full for them. I adore these guys so much. Being community leaders, you guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant. I told them, even the name, and it's just a brilliant thing that they're doing and that they're trying to do and that they can continue to do. And we will support them in any way, shape, or form that we can. We love you guys.
I also want to thank Kelly for all the hard work and support you help us do getting the kids ready for the field trip slips. Thank you as well for being a big part of Black Wall Street.
This next certificate of appreciation goes out to a very special and important person in my life. Family member, cousin, sister, all in one. Veronica Rudd. Another certificate goes out to a strong, driven person. She can have her back since day one, since we first kicked off. She's helped us get a lot done. Nikki Middleton.
So while I'm obviously really
Of appreciation to a brother I met about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. But since that time, he has shown himself to be a stand-up dude. And look forward to building and working with him. Jawanza.
Much appreciated, much appreciated.
Last but not least, a very special and important person in my life. My sister, my family, my cousin, Veronica Rudd.
I'd like to say thank you to Romar and to a lot of you out there for supporting me. Lunch, and I just want to say thank you.
So we got another one. We want Kelly Minnesota come up here and get your certificate of thank you for everything you've done with making copies, helping the kids with the field trip. Thank you, we appreciate it. A lot of this paperwork wouldn't have got done without you.
Thank the Lord for the Kelly girl.
Thank God you're in Black Wall Street.
And another certificate goes to a real good guy. I've been knowing him a while. He helped make this happen on last minute notice and couldn't have did it without him. Ryan Hodges. Come on up here, man. Come on up here.
expect to say, oh, I'm just coming to help out, make sure y'all got it, and then I didn't do it, but, appreciate it, thank you, y'all. Thanks so much. See ya.
Last but not least, though, this dude got more drive than a NASCAR driver. You know, he got a heart of gold. And I done seen him go over and beyond multiple times. For those that he know and he don't know. And he set the example and set the bar real high. I'm just trying to keep up. A round of applause for Donald Griffin.
This young man to my left, he's my inspiration. He didn't say when we hosting class. This young man right here shows the strength and just the ambition of what dreams and hopes can do for mortality.
Yeah.
Once again, it really ain't about us though. It's about what we can do for the community. And as a collective, I know we're able to achieve so much more, so much more. I just want to thank all y'all for coming out today, spending this little old time with us.